This day in Sioux Falls history.
This day in Sioux Falls history is brought to you by Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry, the oldest jewelry store in South Dakota, using time-tested techniques to restore and repair jewelry and using the latest technology to create custom pieces. Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry, 325 South Phillips Avenue in downtown Sioux Falls. It was on this day, June 19, 1960, John Fitzgerald Kennedy and Richard Milhous Nixon, both running for president, and both in Sioux Falls on the same exact day. They were both giving speeches at the Sioux Falls Coliseum, and they were campaigning to become president. At the time, Richard Nixon was actually the sitting vice president for Dwight David Eisenhower. John F. Kennedy was a junior senator for Massachusetts and the U.S. Senate. But today, we know both of them are giants in American history as presidents. They were both invited by men running for South Dakota Senate who would both go on to become giants in South Dakota and U.S. history in their own right. The incumbent Republican Senator Carl Mundt, he had held the job since 1948, but he was going up against a very worthy opponent, a two-term Congressman, George McGovern. With local help, Mundt had used political sway to bring in the National American Legion Convention to Sioux Falls. We spoke about that yesterday. As part of the festivities, he arranged for the vice president to be the keynote speaker Saturday evening of the event, and it certainly didn't hurt if he gave a good plug for Mundt's re-election. Well, not to be outdone, Congressman McGovern went to work and got Senator John Kennedy on the lineup as well. Again, all to benefit the Sioux Falls citizens. Nixon would win the South Dakota election in a landslide, although Kennedy would go on to win the national election. However, the Senate race was much closer, with Mundt just barely hanging on to his seat. McGovern would earn a seat in the Senate right next to Mundt just 2 years later, after the passing of Senator Francis Case. McGovern would serve 3 terms in the Senate before being nominated as the Democratic Party candidate for president in 1972, only to lose to a familiar face, Richard Nixon. What a star-studded list of American icons gathering here in Sioux Falls, all on one amazing day. This day in Sioux Falls history has been brought to you by Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry.
Hi, this is Thomas James with Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry. We're absolutely honored to be able to look back on the history of Sioux Falls because we feel we're part of that. But we always look forward to the future and working with your grandchildren. It's more than jewelry, it's love. Come and see us at Thomas James and Bechtold Jewelry at 325 South Phillips Avenue, downtown Sioux Falls.